So I kind of feel like this is something that GM missed. All right, guys, so today I have a brand new product from our friends over at Dynamic Caps. Now these things are called dynamic ducts. And this is going to help bring fresh, cool air into your C8 Stingray, E-Ray, Z06, ZR1 engine bay. And today, Mark, Darren, and I are going to install these bad boys for you on Darren's beautiful Z06. Let's get going. So I kind of feel like this is something that GM missed. I feel like this is something that should have come with your Z51 or above. And that's why this company, Dynamic Brake Ducts, has put together these proprietary pieces and given us this product. If you're excited about this video, give it a big thumbs up. All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, so I put the band back together. Check it out.
The Beatles are back together again.
We've got Mark and we've got Darren.
Hey, everyone. How's it going?
So we decided, you know, you don't have to use a lift to do this, to add this product that Darren's got in his hands. But it's nice to get us all back together, come over to Mark's and use his beautiful lift on Darren's beautiful car.
Because as you know, I'm neighbor Mark, but I'm not neighbors with these guys anymore. So
Yeah.
So
See,
but
he's neighbor Mark Garage Queen.
it's a long time to get here. But
Doing your neighborly duties.
neighborly duties. That's
right.
right. Yep.
So we're gonna go underneath here and I'm just gonna show you where these things go. But they go right up here on that side and then here on this side. And then we'll come back out and we'll talk about them. So this is, like I showed you guys in the beginning, this is from Dynamic Caps, but it's called Dynamic Ducts.
They are labeled too. This one's passenger and this one's driver's
Yeah.
side. So there's just opposites.
Yeah. And so the reason why David over there, the owner of this company, put these together is because there was a void out there. GM actually produces an OEM product for this. However, they're on back order and nobody really knew about them anyway.
Right.
I had never heard of them. I don't know about you
No,
guys.
No,
I
until the
heard
last
these.
month or two, then everyone's talking about some sort of product that's similar to this.
Yeah. And he wanted to make them as good or better. I think the way that he made them better, in my opinion, is this right here.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the OEM metal ones, they have nothing to guard them against anything going up in.
That's the scoop, right? Where
Yeah.
it pulls the air in. This is like a.
And as I said, even driving over here, ironically, you know, there was one of those, you know, sometimes you're driving like a trash bag just kind of floating around. I went
Yeah.
right under it.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you didn't have the mesh, it's potentially something like that. It wouldn't be a big piece of plastic, but something could get sucked up
Anything.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a scoop.
And I even thought like rocks.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
worst case scenario, if this wasn't here, a rock could hit this ramp and literally go right up into the engine bay. And who knows what it would do, but it's not good.
Yeah,
hit
you
the
don't want to be
serpentine
throwing up
belt or
extra
something
trash
like
into
that,
your
yeah.
engine bay.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, so I think that makes a lot of sense. And then with that wider body or mouth, whatever he's calling it, I think Dave's calling it the wider body, right?
Yeah. Wide body air ducts.
Which isn't because it's a wide body.
Right.
Because it's the exact same fitment. It's more of versus the OEM style.
yeah.
More surface area.
Flared out.
Exactly.
More surface area is getting more.
Right. Which probably
Air
makes
pulled
up for the mesh finish because you probably do lose a little bit of air from that. But with the larger mouth, probably compensates for that.
And
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're plastic. They're lighter, and yeah.
Well, they're very durable. You can't.
Yeah, they're very durable. So the other thing that I was going to tell the folks on here is if you look at like a Z51 car or the Z06 or the E-Ray or the ZR1, they all have ducts going to the brakes. So around here on the inside of that section right there, GM actually gives you parts to put on right here where you mount a duct that goes straight over to the brake calipers and the rotors. So yeah, these right here to me are the same type of concept. You know, and you're not going to measure, you're not going to get out of the car after driving on the track and say, hey, let me see, you know, what the temperature is of my brake calipers and my brake rotors.
Yeah.
And you're not going to do that with these either. You're just going to have peace of mind knowing that these probably stopped maybe your engine getting a little hotter than it should have.
Yeah, if anything, just keeps it cooler, especially
Yeah.
if you're cooling it down.
It directs airflow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
where
it's
you want
no
it.
brainer.
So what do you say we show you guys how to install these? They're supposed to only take like 10 or 15 minutes to install and should be pretty easy with this lift here. So let's do it.
All right, so we're just gonna do a quick test fit to show everyone. It's real simple. It's literally just those 2 bolts, which I believe Mark has in his hand. What are they?
E16.
E16
E16.
socket.
So it's this one and this one.
Yep.
I think we should maybe take it all off and just look at the
Yeah,
engine.
let's just take the
Yeah,
whole
why
thing.
not?
Take it all. No, I'm just. All right. Let's see. Apparently, GM wants to hold up the Brooklyn Bridge with these bolts.
Apparently.
Holy crap. Oh, because they got Loctite on them.
Ah,
Well, there you go.
there you go.
Put those
Okay,
on.
let's throw it on and see what it looks like.
Get started.
So as you can see, that thing is going way up in there. Mark's going old school.
Well, I don't want to cross-thread it. You know, we can jack it down with the impact gun once we know our threads are in.
Sure.
Oh,
We'll edit that out.
Mark's throwing tools.
Just like good old times.
all right. I mean, these are the 2 bolts that hold the engine in, right? So we got to really go make it tight. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. Okay, don't go too tight now. Don't break any plastic. There you
A
go.
little bit tighter, try a little bit more.
That's what they look like from the front side. So all of that airflow that, you know, before these were on there, I'm sure a little bit of air got in there, but now it's really going to go up there with that duct, shoving it straight up into the engine.
Oh, it's definitely redirecting air into there.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
That is a nice.
So now we'll do this side and it'll be all done. All right, putting the second one on. This is really an easy install. It really can't be any easier than this.
No, most of your time is just going to be getting your car situated to get these things
Right.
accessible. I mean, it just depends. You could come in from the back of the car, maybe get the back tires up a little bit, or you could use your lifting point here, jack it up.
Right.
I mean, if you really wanted room, maybe you'd take your rear tires off.
Sure. Yeah, that would help. Not everybody's spoiled like us. We're spoiled with Mark's lift, and as you can see, it makes life very, very simple. All right, there you have it. There's the second one all installed.
Yeah, they're sturdy.
Yeah, really. And from back here, that's what they look like. All right, so that was easy peasy. It's something that I feel like is a no-brainer. It's going to give your car longevity. I do have a code. It's the same as the dynamic caps. It's just BOS10. You get 10% off the retail price. So go to dynamic caps and go to the products, and it's in there. Click on that, and you can order them with my code. So what do you guys think? How do you think they look on the
I think they
the
look
car?
great. I think the install was super easy. Fitment was perfect. There was no wiggling of anything. It
No.
Yeah.
straight on. I think the install, if we say it's 15, 20 minutes, 15 minutes is just going to be getting organized and getting
Yeah,
the car cleaned
exactly.
there.
Get your E16 socket right and
Yeah.
just be ready to go.
Make sure you guys order one of those or go to like Harbor Freight or something and get one of those sockets before you start this. Otherwise, you're going to be very disappointed in the middle of this where you can't do the job.
But I just love how they're not just straight, they're like angled. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
to look
it
at.
is.
It really
It
is.
looks good.
It's like,
It really
you know,
is.
It's really angling. You know, each one angles in like this, so it's
Right.
kind of aerodynamic. It's kind of jet fighter-ish. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I think there's been, from a lot of the other people that have been reviewing this type of product, there's a lot of talk about certain specific numbers,
Yeah.
which is just hard to gauge depending on how you do it and how consistent that is. But it makes sense. You're definitely probably going to reduce your engine temperatures, and
Sure.
there's no downside.
I just like the fact that scooping air into, especially if you got a convertible, right? It scoops air in,
Right.
moves air around. I mean, that's the whole point of it. It's not,
Yeah.
it just
Good
moves
point
air.
about the convertible, because there are people that are having issues with the convertible top overheating, and it's like saying they can't operate. This may help that. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Anything to generate more airflow through that compartment can
Yeah,
help.
exactly.
And it just looks cool.
Exactly. All right, guys. So you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Smash that red subscribe button. Let us know also in the comments if you want the three of us doing more videos together again.
Yeah.
Yes, we're doing more. You got to come over more, guys.
I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys out on the road.